Hello there. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see. Awesome. All right. Hello there, my lovely darklings. How are you today? I'm just going to put in some things in the chat and then I will begin shortly. But I trust you're doing well today. How's it going? Hello, hello. How are you today? Welcome, welcome. Happy witchy or Wednesday. What is it called? Wisdom uh, Wednesday. I'm trying to figure out what I want to call these things. But hello, hello. Thank you for joining me. I want to talk about positive self talk today. That is so, so important because a lot of us, our self talk is janky. Our self talk is janky. It is not cute. So give me 1 second, please. But other than that, let me know how your days are so far. I am just getting some things to post and then I'll be right back. But hello, how are you today? I want to talk about positive self talk, and it is so, so important. And a lot of the time, we think that we're speaking, we don't even think about how we're talking to ourselves. We're more considerate about how we talk to other people, but we don't even think about how we talk to ourselves. We don't even think about how we talk to ourselves. And that is not cool. Hello, Not So Silent. Oh, I like that name. Oh, by the way, I am live on Instagram, my personal Facebook page, and YouTube on my YouTube channel. So I'm live on all these different things. So if I'm looking here or there or everywhere, that's why. But hello, hello. Hello, my day was all right. How about yours? I'm so happy to hear that you're having a great day so far, or all right. I trust it'll be great. Not so silent. My day has been wonderful so far. I appreciate you asking. It is Wednesday, it is the middle of the week, or how we consider the middle of the week. And I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to have another day. Hello, Witchy Potato. I'm happy to have another day to talk to you all about awesome subjects like this, to develop emotional well being tactics and life skills so that we're navigating life's challenges with ease and grace. We're not scared of what's going to be coming around the corner. And that's why positive self talk is so important because we are no longer in fear of what's going to happen out there because we're scared of how we're going to feel internally. And that's what happens with self talk. And I'll explain in just a second. I just want to post something right now. Excuse me to my Instagram. Ooh, excuse me to my YouTube fam. I'm just going to be doing this really quick, I swear. So you can, I also want to mention you can sign up for my Shadow Alchemy meditation class that's coming up this Saturday, 222. I did that on purpose. Saturday, 222 at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. And you develop better, I would say, you develop really good self talk, positive self dialogue when you forgive yourself of your past mistakes. I know the theme has been self forgiveness for the past 2 weeks on all my channels, but you can really when you really forgive yourself, you're going to be talking to yourself like the royalty you are. And like when you think of royalty, forget about the hierarchies and all that type of stuff. We're not talking about that. We're talking about treating yourself at the utmost respect. You're truly respecting who you are and you're acting on it. You're no longer seeking external validation to receive those feelings of I'm important, I'm good enough, I'm deserving, I am well, I'm happy, I'm joyful. You don't need anything externally for that. When you talk yourself up, when you use that positive self-talk, when you compliment other people and you also compliment yourself, when you look in the mirror, you're like, okay, okay. When you feel yourself and you talk yourself like into a an upward spiral rather than a downward spiral. A lot of the times we talk ourselves into a downward spiral. We're like, "Oh my god, like why did I do that? What's going on? Like I suck. What what? No, and we're gonna stop that today, and I'll explain in very momentarily. I'm just gonna put something in my chat on Instagram really quick, but in the meantime, let me know how your days are so far. So hello to my Instagram fam, and hello to my YouTube and Facebook fam. And excuse me to my Facebook fam. I'm just gonna do this really quick. Sign up for. So yes, and when once again, when you forgive yourself of your past mistakes and make peace with your past, you can develop that positive self-talk that you truly deserve. And it's not even about deserving. You deserving really, when we think of the word deserving, we're thinking of the fact that we earned it. You don't need to earn nothing to love yourself, okay? Love yourself because you are, because you exist, because you're here. Not even because of the fact that you're tangible, but the fact that you are a never ending and infinite, undying and indestructible entity that's channeling this fleshy bioelectromagnetic vessel in order to experience life. Love yourself because don't even try to give yourself a reason why you should look in the mirror and hype yourself up. It don't matter how you look. How do you feel about yourself? And that's where self dialogue comes into play. So excuse me for 1 second. I've been saying this for a few minutes, but yes, sign up for the Forgive Thyself meditation class. And I'll talk more about that, the meditation class shortly, but let's get to the topic at hand first. Ooh, this is going to be tricky. Yes, perfect. Awesome. Beautiful. And I'm going to pin this. Wonderful. Out of the way. Got that out of the way. Wonderful. Okay, great. So let's get right into it. So when we're talking about positive self-talk, and the title of this live today, our community live, our beautiful community live, is cleaning up your self-dialogue through positive self-talk. And when we think of self-talk, we don't really consider the fact that it is your 24/7, 365, the loop, the cycle in your mind of how you view yourself. Because all of our thoughts are a direct response or an indicator of what we believe. So a lot of time we think that our thoughts are just like, we're a horrible person. We must be low down dirty dog because of all these thoughts we're having. No, I can guarantee you the thoughts that you've already had about yourself and of other people have had it. So that really shows how connected we are to our thoughts, to the mental plane, because our thoughts, once again, it's a direct indicator of what we believe, but they are truly, the mental plane is like the astral plane, is like the ether. It is just another dimension, another density, another layer of density that's less dense than our physical plane of something that we all share. We all share the mental plane. That's why we have all these great, amazing ideas, and that they come to random people. Some of the time, a lot of the ideas that people are channeling through, you're like, ew, why does this person get to have that thought and not me? How did that person get that invention of the idea and not me? How come this person invented or created the thing I've always wanted to create? It's because we share the mental plane together. It is merely another dimension where we can access at any time, and it's channeled through our vessel. So it's not like our thoughts are just like we're doomed to having thoughts. The mental aspect is a beautiful other dimension that allows us to share wonderful ideas that are amazing and can also uh, elevate us, all of us. It sends out a ripple effect, especially if we're using it wisely. Hello to everyone that just joined. And by the way, if y'all don't have your water, make sure you definitely do so. But I say all that. Ooh, drop my water. I say all this to say that your thoughts are not trying to harm you. Your thoughts are not something that's trying to kill you or make you off yourself or make you miserable. The mental plane is a beautiful plane full of wonderful thoughts and ideas and inventions and creations and arts and expressions for us to take advantage of when we're ready, when we're on the frequency of it. But a lot of the time we're on the lower end of the frequency of receiving wonderful things. And when we're too zoomed into our thoughts, we are focusing on the negative aspect of the world and ourselves. Why? Why do you think we focus so negatively? Why we're focusing so hard on the negative aspects of ourselves? Because we've been conditioned to believe that, darling. You did not pop out the womb looking at your butt, being like, ooh, I got a dimple. Not cute. Excuse me. We didn't pop out the womb shaming ourselves or judging ourselves. We didn't pop out the womb, or better yet, if we kept the childhood essence and wonder that we once had, even though we're all still children in a lot of ways, we would realize we didn't even really judge ourselves that harshly until a parent or a teacher or an authority figure tried to shame us about something that was very vulnerable for us. So we've been conditioned to believe these awful, horrible things about ourselves. It is not you that is thinking these awful things. It is the conditioning that you've been spoon fed since birth. We see all these commercials, we see all these celebrities, we see all these people who are successful, we see all the material that we're sucked into believing matters and sucked into believing will give us the hit of pleasure, the hit of self-acceptance, the hit of truly finally loving ourselves for who we are. And we think that's going to be enough. We think that'll quell that black hole within us, but it does not. It does not. Yes, there may be a chasm. Yes, there may be a void that we have inside, but it is for creation. It is for love, and not love as in, licking somebody's toes and, rubbing somebody's back. That's not the type of love I'm talking about when I talk about unconditional love and self-love. I'm talking about truly accepting yourself and other people in the world for how it is, regardless of your own judgments. And that goes to your self-talk. You love yourself regardless of the conditioning, regardless of how you've been programmed in your life, regardless of the traumas you faced, regardless of the mistakes you've made, regardless of how your butt looks flat in the mirror, regardless if your nose is crooked to the side, regardless if you had your ear chewed off by Mike Tyson. It doesn't matter. You are worthy of love because you are love. You are love. And once again, not even saying that you are love in the aspect of uh, you are made from love, because hopefully your parents or your caretakers or guardians made you from love. Not That's not always the case. Some people made somebody from hate, and I my heart goes out to you if that was your experience. But your core come from love, true acceptance of all there is, pure creation, pure peace, pure tranquility, serenity. That's what you are made from. That is the fabric of your being, regardless of what you've been told. That's why we know that it doesn't feel good when we talk low to ourselves. It doesn't feel good when we're in negative environments that are possibly low frequency or very low density, very hell based, very on earth, very tangible. Because a lot of the time, hello to everyone that just joined. A lot of the time, we're so sucked into what is going on right now in front of us, our circumstances. We forget that they're temporary. They're going to go away like everything else always has. Every negative circumstance that you've had in your life, of course, a lot of things are ongoing. They have had their season, they have come and they have gone. But even those situations are worthy of its own version of love. And love meaning true acceptance, radical acceptance. And when you clean up your inner dialogue with self-talk, with positive self-talk, you're offering yourself that true self-acceptance regardless of what you've been through, regardless of what you look like, regardless of your mistakes, and regardless of who you are not, who you want to be, that feels so far fetched. Why not talk good to yourself? Why not give yourself empowerment, upliftment? Why not? Like if your best friend, if your child, if your spouse, if your loved one is deserving of compliments and deserving of well treatment, why aren't you? It doesn't matter if you've been to jail. It doesn't matter if you've hurt people. And of course, those are things that I can understand, especially if you have a lot of empathy. It's hard to make amends with. But at the end of the day, everything, regardless if it's good, bad, or neutral, is put upon this earth for everyone's expansion. Think about it this way. If there were only to be positive things happening in the world, if everything was just gumdrops and spider webs and vampire fangs, how would the world actually be? It would be a wonderful, beautiful place, don't get me wrong. But how would you grow if you had no challenge to overcome? And I talk about this very often, where challenges and negative people, negative situations, yes, it may not feel good in the moment, but it allows us to show us who we are. It allows us to know what we do and do not like. It allows us to stand up for ourselves. It allows us to know when we're being taken advantage of. It allows us to know who we want to be around and who we do not want to be around. So I say that to give you the example that it doesn't matter where you've been, it doesn't matter who you are, it doesn't matter um what you've done in your life, you are deserving of giving yourself your own love. Anybody else seeing some orange light on the side of the stream? Oh, that may is it right here, Manson? That is definitely my filter. I'm using a filter on Instagram. I'm not using a filter on Facebook or YouTube. I love this filter. I just love how it gives me a nice glow. But yeah, it has to be the filter. If not, then whoa. What is going on with my either my camera or my room? But I'm in my peace room right now. I'm in my peace room. So only peaceful things happen here. And orange is not a peaceful color. But yeah, it's totally my filter because it gives off like a glare. But yes, thank you for letting me know that just in case funny stuff was happening. But back to the topic, yes, positive self-talk, you don't need to earn anything. I say all this to say you don't need to earn anything. The negative things you've done in your past, the negative things you have stuff deep down that you've repressed in your life, the negative things that you think about yourself. Okay, okay. Thank you, Manson. But the thing is, it's happened. It is done. You have to make peace with your past. You have to make peace with who you are. And you have to make peace with the fact that you're not going to be perfect in this lifetime. There are always going to be challenges. There are always going to be trials. There are always going to be moments where you are shown who you're made of, or what you're made of, or what you have inside that needed to be brought out. Because if that situation didn't happen, whether or not it's good or bad, hello to everyone that just joined. Once again, I'm on Facebook and YouTube, and I'm also on Instagram. So thank you so much for joining me today on our live talking about positive self talk. And as I mentioned before, and that's pinned to these chats, the number one way of really developing positive self talk is through forgiving yourself, and that's what I'm talking about right now. And you can sign up for my free Forgive Thyself meditation class coming up this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. This Saturday is 222, which is awesome. And you can sign up right now. Link is in the chats, and you it's completely free, but donations are always appreciated. I am Madame Mystique Noir on all things. I'm on Venmo, Cash App, and PayPal. So I look forward to seeing you there. So back what I was saying, it is really important that you understand that in this lifetime, yes, you may not have always done positive things. Yeah, positive things may not always be a part of your experience at the moment. But that doesn't mean that you have to be earning your own self love. You should give yourself self love now because, just because you're alive, because your higher self, your spirit self, your divine self, the most divine version of you that you cannot see but you can communicate with, loves you, loves you dearly, thinks the world of you. Actually, it doesn't even think, it knows. So you have that same knowing as your higher self. There is no separation between you and your higher self. It is just you are more dense. You are in the physical form because that version of you, the etheric version of you, exists beyond space and time, even though it is space and time. And we can only actually experience space and time through this 3D vessel, which is amazing. Space and time exists through us. Without our consciousness, what is space and time? So that's why it's important that we use our consciousness, use our awareness to give ourselves the love that we offer so many people in our lives. Seriously. And you are more powerful than you know. Your words are more powerful than you know. Your thoughts are more powerful than you know. So use that power. Don't let that power go to waste. I can't reiterate the amount of power we have. Like we are never ending robots, like a never ending biological robot. Yes, of course, this vessel will cease one day. But the thing is, like, think about the fact that you make like 10 trillion cells. You produce like 10 trillion cells in like a minute. Why? Because we're supposed to be here. Our bodies want to be here. Our bodies want to experience. Our higher self is not finished with this vessel yet. So you're going to be here for 80 plus years, most likely. You might as well talk good to yourself. You might as well hype yourself up. You might as well love yourself while you're here because why not? Manson says too much of a good thing will make you appreciate it less over time. Absolutely. And we know that as humans, we need contrast. We don't learn without contrast because we are very, we are very much so pleasure seekers as humans. We need that hit of pleasure and we can give ourselves pleasure. We have pleasure sensors all over our body, inside of our body. But without a challenge, we wouldn't learn anything. We can still live a life of we can still have a society, a global society, a global community where we're all in peace and love and harmony and joy and bliss and ecstasy and abundance. That is so possible living in the fifth dimensional consciousness rather than the third dimensional consciousness of survival mode and material and fear. But that's also not how we learn. Because the thing is, if we didn't have negative situations happen in our lives, if we didn't do negative things, how will we know that we wanted to release them? How will we know that it doesn't resonate with us anymore? How will we know that we wanted to move on to the better feeling thoughts, the better feeling action? Like, how will we know if we didn't have negative things happen to us? So don't curse the negative parts of yourself or the negative traits that you have or the negative things that you've done. You needed those situations, you needed those traits, you needed those circumstances in order for you to be where you are right now. That's why you should give yourself that love right now. Who cares if you haven't lost that stubborn 20 pounds? Who cares if you haven't paid your taxes? Okay, okay. I don't know if I should say that out loud. But who cares if you watch too much TV and feel like a loser? Who cares if you went out of control and ate 13 too many donuts? Yes, that is something you would like to change, but you change them with your inner dialogue rather than beating yourself up about the fact that you ate 15 donuts in a row, about the fact that you have watched one too many hours of TV. The fact that you've probably voted for the wrong person, you probably dated the wrong person, you're probably doing things that are not in alignment with who you are or who you want to be right now. It does not matter. You are worthy of talking well about yourself. You're worthy of forgiving yourself enough, making peace with who you are, making peace with your past, making peace with the fact that life is not going to be perfect all the time. And you know what? It When you talk well to yourself, when you speak well to yourself, and you give yourself positive self-talk, you are going to realize that, oop, I don't even want to talk because I can feel air coming up. Excuse me. But you're going to realize that you give love to the negative traits you have to yourself, especially with your shadow work practice, something that I'm really into. Everything I talk about is transmutation, clearing out the old to make way for the new so you can get to your closer and closer to your most divine spirit self. Really, that's the basis of my work. And hello to everyone that just joined. Once again, I am on Instagram and I'm on Facebook and YouTube. So if I'm looking all over the place, that's why. And make sure that you sign up for, I saw that someone just did. Thank you so much. Much appreciated. To my Forgive Thyself, a Shadow Alchemy meditation class coming up on 222 this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It is completely free, but donations are appreciated. And yes, once again, forgiving yourself. You are becoming whole. You're seeking wholeness through making peace with the negative parts of yourself. And that's what shadow work is all about. Shadow work is all about understanding that the mask that you show the world, the people pleasing, the opening up the door when you have 30 pounds of groceries in your hands, the letting people make fun of you because you're scared of conflict, all that type of stuff. All that type of stuff. The things that you show people, that you show the world out of wanting to be accepted. Because we realize that there are certain traits that we have or certain behaviors that we've played out that we know darn well that if we played them out in the world, if we went to the supermarket or if we went to school or if we went to work saying that type of thing, talking out the side of our neck, someone would check us real quick. We could be arrested, we could be shamed, we could be judged, we could be looked down upon, we could be excommunicated, we could be broken up with, we could be just cast out, feeling like an outcast. And once again, we are herd animals. We like community. That's why I understand people want to be loners and stuff, but you need community, especially during this time and this day and age and in these unprecedented times of so much conflict. Community is all we have. That's why I'm always so pressed to build our communities. As I say in every live, I build our communities on here virtually, and I want to do so in person, which I have. But our communities is all we got, especially when we need certain resources, when we need some types of validation, when we need that support, when times are tough. We all we got. And I got you. I got you. Manson, is that a shirt or a dress you're wearing? You know what, Manson, you always do this and I love it though. It doesn't distract from what I'm going to say because I'm very focused right now. But now that you mention it, I'm wearing a top and I might as well just show my outfit because I'm not just a self-mastery teacher and holistic life coach and a healer, but I'm also a model. And I love fashion, makeup, clothes, shoes, nails, hair. So what I'm wearing right now, I am wearing a little top from La Femme, what is it? Vixen by Micheline Pitt. It's a nice little 3/4 length sleeve, which I love, and it's spider webs. It's like a spider web print, which I love so much because it is. Oh, I love it, and it gives off. Yeah, it does have an 80s vibe. Everyone knows that I'm a glamour ghoul, so I always like to go for the vintage. And I'm wearing a dark red swing skirt. I love this outfit. I like to usually wear this with some fishnets and maybe some Dorsays, like Dorsay heels or my Mary Janes. And I have my hair in my little my locks because these are my locks, y'all, my real locks. and I like to put it in a nice little, 50s vintage hairdo with my bangs, my little petal bangs, and I have a little bandana to add a little bit more of a gothabilly edge. But yeah, that's my outfit for today. So thanks for asking. Because once again, I'm multidimensional. I don't just like to stick to just being a teacher. I'm more than that. I'm more than a teacher and a healer. I love to play dress up, and I love y'all for always not even entertaining me, but indulging in my fashion sense because that's a part of my creativity. And as I always like to say, we are here to create. And that's on that. But hello to everyone that just joined. It'd be so funny if you came expecting me to like lecture and talk. But I'm like showing my outfit, but I show my outfit all the time. You know what? Anyways. But yeah, once again, let me know how your days are so far and let me know what you think about what I'm talking about so far when it comes to positive self-talk. I see some comments. Venusian vegetables. Oh, that's a cool name. That outfit reminds me of the movie Madame Web. That's what comes to mind when I see her fit. Oh my god, I've heard of that before. I've heard of that Madame Web. That's what the woman who played in that movie, that show where she's like happy all the time. She used to be in a cult or whatever. I don't know what it's called. But thank you. I like that Madame Web, especially since yeah, web. I love spider webs, the gothy glamour ghoul vibes. I love it. And I'm Madame Mystique Noir. So I love that. Thank you so much. Oh yes, I have a dope necklace on already. I have a dope necklace on already. I mentioned this in one of my other videos. This is a necklace. Actually, I'm wearing the necklace, the earrings, and the matching ring from Avelina De Marais. She's awesome. She's on all platforms. She's wonderful. She's a rock star. She makes amazing goth luxury jewelry and accessories. And I love her stuff. I had a purse of hers that I completely used into the ground. It's still usable, technically, but definitely need to buff it. I use it a lot. Very durable, very amazing. So once again, Avelina De Marais, her jewelry is incredible. But what, the necklace? Nah, it's not small. This is the perfect size. Any bigger and it would like, nah. I think it would distract too much from the pattern of the top if I had a bigger necklace on. This necklace is perfect. And actually that goes back to positive self-talk. Thank you for that insight, Manson. So a lot of the time we receive our self-talk comes from the fact that somebody has shamed us or judged us in our life at some point. Someone said something that we actually either did or did not believe to be true, but we still internalize it as fact because it came from an outside source. And when you give yourself very well intended, very well nourished inner dialogue, talking to yourself in your mind, you're believing what you're saying about yourself. You don't need that external validation. And this is not saying that you need compliments or you need people to hype you up all the time. You're doing it before you get it, you're doing it anyways. You're giving yourself that hype anyways. And you're giving, even when someone tries to say something, someone could say, ooh, your bangs that's not cute. That's not cute for your face shape. Why would you wear your bangs like that? Like you think you're doing something and no, not the vibe. That top, a little too tight. No, it's a no for me, sis. Do I internalize that message that somebody's giving me from an outside source? Or do I brush it off and remember that I am wearing this for a reason? I'm wearing my hair like this for a reason. I'm wearing this top for a reason. I'm wearing this outfit for a reason. And the last reason is for somebody else. The last reason why I am dressed the way I do is for somebody else. I wear what I wear because I enjoy it. I wear makeup because it's fun. I like shoes and I wear cute shoes because cute shoes are everything. When you're giving yourself, when you have positive self talk and you have a very healthy inner dialogue, you are doing things for you. You're finally putting that energy back on yourself. You're not going into those cycles of, oh my God, I ain't nothing. Oh my God, oh, that person's looking at me this type of way. Oh my God, what would they think? Oh my God, I'm so ugly today. Oh my God, I'm so broke. Look at my bank account. Oh my God. No, you break that cycle now from your choice, by your choosing. You decide to break that cycle. And I will say the best way to break that cycle is to just be aware of what you're thinking right now, right here and now. Don't distract yourself from how you're feeling by going on your phone. Don't distract yourself from how you're feeling by grabbing another donut. Don't distract yourself by how you're feeling by watching another movie or drinking another drink. Not a drink, a drink. Y'all know what I mean? By you don't distract yourself from how you're feeling about yourself. Your feelings, whenever you're feeling negative, I want you to even just do a practice right now, my lovely darklings. Take a deep breath right now and be centered. In through the nose and out through the mouth. Wherever you are, it doesn't matter. Taking a deep breath is appropriate no matter where you go. So I don't want to hear nothing. Excuse me. So one more time, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth, sending a wave of relaxation, a nice warm wave of relaxation throughout your entire body from head to toe. And do a quick body scan of all the sensations that are going on in your body right now. Because a lot of the time, we are running on autopilot throughout the day. We are going about this activity, that activity, not even realizing how we're feeling. Being mindful at this moment. Still keep breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Doing a body scan of every sensation from your head to your toes, your fingertips to your kneecaps, the back of your neck to your tummy, all of it. Every last inch of your being. How does it feel right now? Is there tightness in your tummy? Is the back of your neck stiff? Are your hands sweaty? Is there tension in your heart? This is how you redirect your thoughts. You are mindful, present, aware, and conscious in this very moment, at all moments, as much as you can. And you are being aware of all the sensations going on in your body, because a lot of the sensations that you are feeling right now can be pinpointed to a certain emotion. And your emotion is energy in motion. It is an indicator, it is information of the thoughts that you're feeling. Your thoughts and your feelings are very, very linked. They're very different things. They're both energy, but they are very different things. And when you connect a certain negative emotion to whatever you were thinking in the moment, that's how you break the cycle. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm feeling a little bit of tension in my tummy right now. I'm feeling nervous. I'm feeling anxious. Why? What thought form did I just have right now that sent me into a cycle of a negative emotion right now? What is my body trying to tell me? Maybe I'm anxious because I have a paper due on Thursday, tomorrow, and I didn't even start yet. Oh my God, I'm so dumb. Why did I do this to myself? I suck. I didn't start this paper and it's due in 24 hours. What is wrong with me? I must be a terrible person. That's the thought form. Now that you're aware of the thought form, stop that cycle. What does that mean that you believe about yourself? Because once again, going back, I'm going to the hierarchy of everything. Hello to everyone that just joined. Your emotions are tied to a thought form, and your thought form is tied to a belief system. What is that belief system that stands in the way of you having positive self talk? Analyze it. Give it awareness, give it compassion, give it love, give it attention. Don't jame it, jame it. Ah. Don't jame it, don't shudge it. Don't judge it, don't shame it. Be neutral about it. Offer it unconditional love. Unconditional love is neutral. As I said in the beginning, unconditional love is not licking somebody's toes and putting your towel down in a puddle so they can walk over it. Unconditional love is awareness, it's consciousness, it's true deep acceptance, regardless of how you would judge it, regardless of the labels, regardless of the titles, regardless of how it feels. Accept yourself in that moment. Okay, I didn't do this paper. It's a 20-page paper due tomorrow in 24 hours, and I feel scared. I am scared right now. I am feeling anxious in my belly. Oh my God. The thoughts I'm having, I'm reminding myself of how I suck as a person. Oh my God, why am I doing this? Oh, I don't want to do it. Ah. And then that belief system is I'm terrified right now. This paper, if I don't get an A in this class, my life will be ruined. If I don't get an A in this class, all my money will go in down the drain. If I don't do this paper, my teacher will think that I'm lazy. If I don't do this, I don't do that. Whatever your belief system is, based on your own conditioning, based on your upbringing, based on your childhood, whatever that may be, because we've all been conditioned at the end of the day. So we're all going to have negative thoughts that are not ours. And we exist in the field, in the quantum field. We are the quantum field. The quantum field is everything. So we're going to be picking up on things that are not ours. However, it is our responsibility to have the discernment of whether or not something we're carrying from somebody else or that it is completely ours that we need to clear. Manson says, maybe also reflect about why do I have those thoughts? And if these thoughts really are my thoughts or something as others have put on me. Just what I was, oh, that's crazy. I just was mentioning that. And you said it, you must be psychic, Manson. I didn't even read that until after I said what I said, which had everything to do with what I just said. It's important for us to recognize what thoughts are our own and what thoughts have been conditioned by our immediate world, our authority figures, our leaders. But when you're practicing positive self-talk, you don't even have to like feel good about yourself already. You don't even have to believe those things already. You don't have to believe those things about yourself already. Say it to yourself now. Say it to yourself now. So in the example I just made, oh my God, I didn't do this paper. It's a 20-page paper and I had to do it in 24 hours. Oh, I suck. My stomach hurts. I'm about to be pooping blood because I'm so nervous and I believe this about myself. You take a deep breath. Once again, you always go back to the breath. When in doubt, breathe it out. When in doubt, breathe it out. And you take your deep breath in through the nose, out of the mouth. Sigh it out if you need to. And you find the best feeling thought at that moment. That doesn't mean you just hop straight to joy, because that may be impossible at the moment for you, depending on your development journey. But instead, you know that you're not going to make that paper beating yourself up. You would rather probably have a box of donuts rather than doing that, I know I can't beat myself up into submission. A lot of people feel like they can go about their day or be motivated from negativity. That is not true, because at the end of the activity, you feel like crap, and that is not normal. You're not supposed to feel like that, especially for a long period of time. So in that moment, you find the best feeling or think of or thought that you can muster at the moment, because we can only find the solution from a higher frequency. A lower frequency thought or a lower frequency feeling at that moment would be to continue a cycle of beating yourself up, and then you will most likely not accomplish anything. You will accomplish nothing but crying yourself to sleep that night, doing 4 pages of the 20-page paper. But when you were in your when you were taking that deep breath and tapping into the higher self, tapping into the ancient entity that flows through you and around you at all moments, that's never ending, that's ever expanding, you can listen to the divine messages that it is trying to give you in that moment. Because remember, when you are feeling negative, once again, we're allowed to feel negative. We're allowed to have feelings. Like, I'm not going to even sit here. I'm gothy. Like, we're all darklings here. This is our Darkling Mystic Circle. That's what our community is called, the Darkling Mystic Circle, which I absolutely love. We're all darklings here. I like a lot of my audience, and most of the audience that I want to attract are alternative people: punks, goths, emos, rockers, metalheads, whatever, witches, hippies, whatever. But the thing is, are you in Pity City or are you in Joy Town? Are you in Happy Village or are you in Angry Valley? Because we're all feeding a spirit. Do you want to feed the spirit of negativity or do you want to feed the spirit of positivity? Because we can feel positive endlessly. That is always an option, no matter what, no matter the circumstances. There is always a more uplifting, more empowering thought or feeling. We always have access to that. Our body, our brains, our spirit, our heart has a never ending well of joyful, blissful, abundant, magnificent emotions at our disposal with our decision. Once we choose and once we tell our body what to do, our bodies don't tell us what to do. Okay. We tell our bodies what to do. If you haven't noticed already, we tell our bodies what to do. And once Manson, every time you're on this happens. I swear I've done this before and this has never really happened. Anyway, still hilarious to me. I feel like I've done that before and it hasn't done it. Anyway, but hello to everyone that just joined. So it is imperative that we take a deep breath in moments that we were in a tizzy, that we were up in arms, that we were in a downward spiral, to take a deep breath, stop what we're doing, take a deep breath, go back to the breath. The breath is endless. We have an infinite amount of breaths that we can take. Utilize that resource, the number one resource, and the other resource, which is water. And speaking of spirits, use the sacred energy behind these sacred elements of air, water, fire, earth. Go out into nature, take a nature walk if possible. Take a sip of water, take a deep breath. Light a candle. Anything that's accessible to you right now. And find the most high vibrational thought or feeling that you can muster in the moment. And if that's neutrality, beautiful. I'm proud of you for moving out of that state to get into at least a neutral point. And neutrality is, okay, I'm accepting where I am right now. You know what? I can no longer fight the fact that I have less than 24 hours to finish this 20-page paper. I'm not going to beat myself into submission because I would rather watch TV and eat a box of donuts if I talked myself into a tizzy. So I'm going to take a deep breath, take a sip of water, and tap in to the never-ending power that is me. What is my higher self trying to tell me? What does my I am want me to know in this moment? Through my calm, through my consciousness, through my mindfulness, through my presence. What does it want me to know? It wants me to know that, okay, you got a paper done, you got to do a paper, maybe do 10 pages because you got 24 hours. And yeah, you may get less of a grade, but if you cannot do it in 24 hours, ain't no shame in your game. At least you did something. Maybe the highest feeling thought would be to email my teacher and ask for an extension. Maybe I could um, ask a friend for help. Maybe I could switch the topic of my paper so it could be something that I actually enjoy talking about so I can go through the process better. Anything like that. We do not have to talk ourselves into the ground. We tend to think that our negative self-talk is going to motivate us to do better. Excuse me? No, that's not how it works. Bullying yourself into submission is not going to get you to do the thing. And if you do the thing, that is what causes illness, not wellness. And we're all about holistic wellness in this space, in the Darkly Mystic Circle. We're all about wellness. We're all about expansion. We're all about alchemy. We're all about divine embodiment. We're all about being our better, higher selves. And bullying ourselves and other people does not fit into the criteria. Okay. So it is important for you to slow down, to go back to the breath, to be conscious, mindful, aware, and present enough to know how you're feeling so that you're aware of how you're thinking and that you can stop the cycle of the negative beliefs that keep you in a negative feedback loop of bullying self-talk. Because you are amazing. You don't need me to remind you of that. Just go back to the breath and remind yourself you are amazing. You are absolutely amazing. It doesn't matter where you've been or what you've done. The fact that you're here proves that you're amazing because your vessel is a fleshy electromagnetic biological robot that responds to the elements, that responds to the sun, that responds to other people, that responds to your environment. For what? Expansion, growth, and experience. And I almost I talked about this last week, but let me even go over how amazing we are. Like the 5 X's. I mentioned this last week. Let me see if I remember. The 5 X's. And hello to everyone that just joined them on every platform. Uh Facebook and YouTube and Instagram. But the 5 X's of why we're here is for exploration. It is for exploration. It is for experimentation. It is for expansion, experience, and you know what? I'm not gonna. I know what it is. It doesn't matter. So to explore, to experiment, to expand, to experience, and to express. To express. Yes, I got it. I got it. Yes. Oh, let me get to your comments and hello to everyone just joined. Manson, you said the brain focuses on what you feed it the most. Feed it negativity, and it will be you'll focus on more negative thoughts. Absolutely. Our mind is a computer. The thing is, that's the funny part. Our brain is just an organ, like your lungs or your womb or your stomach. It is an organ just like every other organ. It's not necessarily special, but it is our mind. Our mind is not a physical thing. We think our brain is our mind. Our mind exists in another dimension, the mental plane, like I mentioned in the beginning of this live. And we get to program our mind to our liking. Our mind is our own. We can do whatever we want with our mind, contrary to popular belief. We've been forced to believe that our mind exists or our mind belongs to our authority figures, to our leaders, to our guardians, to our family. No, our mind belongs to us. We get to think whatever we want to. We get to believe whatever we want to. That's when we're truly using our free will. And unfortunately, we're not really using our free will because our free will, our authenticity is determined based on what we've been programmed to believe. So that isn't free will. We're doing what we're being told. but yet we have the capacity to be and do anything we want. So yeah. Hail thyself up in here. Yes. Oopsies. Curly Prawn stumbled upon this on accident, but I'm sad. Awesome. I'm not too sure what. Oh, you're sat down. Our leaders don't want us to truly have free will. Absolutely, that's the thing, because our free will. Do we? Okay, this is the thing that I always want to drive home for everybody. The way we are so powerful that we are being conditioned to believe that we're not. What does that mean? If you're that powerful, why do our authority figures want so hard for us to believe that we're not? Believe that we don't believe that about ourselves? Why does it even matter? Because your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings, and your magic is so radiant and vibrant that in a collective consciousness, like when we are a collective with this type of expansion work that we're doing here in the Madame Mystica Noir space within our Darkly Mystic Circle space, when you're truly on that path to exploration, to experimentation, to expression, to experience, to expansion, when you're actually on that path, and that will not naturally send out a ripple effect to inspire other people to do the same, that's dangerous for people in power. That is dangerous for people in power because they're banking on your ignorance. They're banking on your lack of knowledge, lack of self-knowledge, lack, your feelings of lack, your fear. They're spoon feeding your fear. Oh, yummy. Oh, they think it's so yummy. They think it's so yummy when we are constantly in a state of fear, lack, and survival mode. They are dependent on you looking at your phone 24/7, eating crap 24/7, being a sedentary 24/7, being a worker bee 9 to 7, not even 9 to 5, 9 to 7, 80 hours a week. They are banking on you to be that worker bee, to be unconscious, to be unaware, to be asleep to your own magic. But we're breaking the cycle today and in this space, in this community. We don't do that here. We don't play that game here. Because, like I said, we are not in Pity City. We are not in Angry Valley. We are living in Joy Town. We are in Happy Village, okay? What house are you living in? What city, what town are you living in? Are you in Pity City? Or are you in Happy Valley? We get to decide. No one gets to choose that for us. Our leaders on Twitter, if we have free will, they can't have control. Absolutely. Do you think you're going to pay attention to all the ads if you actually operated from your I am consciousness? If you actually operated from your higher self, the never-ending, undying, infinite, indestructible being that you are, if you are allowing spirit to flow through you and around you, they can't control you. You know that you're living in a plane where everything is an illusion. It doesn't mean that you cut off your arm to see if it doesn't squirt blood. It means that you create your own life and play by your own rules as long as you're not hurting anyone, especially yourself. Curly Prana, oh, I love that name, by the way. We have to take the time to think about how these constructs, normal day-to-day life, come to be and why we continue to follow the rules. They predate us. They need some updates. Facts, Curly Prana. Facts. See, this is why I love y'all. Y'all always know what time it is. I don't have to say nothing. Y'all feel me. And this is why I never underestimate darklings. I never estimate alternative people like goths, punks, metalheads, rockers, witches. Y'all know the drill. Y'all know the assignment. That's why y'all are my audience and I love y'all. Yes, we need to be in a state. We need to be in a state of fear. So we consume products, whatever they may be. Exactly. Right. They want to break you in so many ways to get you to plug into the world they want to create for us. We can literally project a reality from our imaginations. I mean, too much facts, Curly Prana. Too much facts. And I'm so happy you understand that. Because like we have to be on board. We have to all collectively be on board as a community right now, because And I love the fact that you're alt as well, because if you weren't, of course, I welcome all beings to be here, regardless of your expression. But as you can tell, as an alt person myself, as somebody, I don't like to be too hip or too deep into certain identities. But as somebody who likes those subcultures as well, it is important for us to have somebody who comes to a community of all of us to come together and ascend together. And yes, basically, we live in a matrix. Absolutely. We live in the matrix, and I don't care how tin hat that sounds to people. I don't usually say stuff like this out loud. I usually just go straight up into just talking about, positive self-talk, forgiving ourselves, the shadow work alchemy type stuff. That's the basis of what I do, but that's how we ascend. And it's great to ascend and to learn how to ascend. Excuse me, because everything is trying to distract us from our own expansion and our own personal development. Well, we'll see personal development here and there on TV or on YouTube, which is a beautiful thing. We all should develop ourselves, but we always think about it in a very like, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to make $1 jillion tomorrow. That's usually what we do for personal development. Or maybe you're better with your hygiene. You're probably eating better, exercising, which are beautiful things as well. But what we don't talk about when it comes to our self-development is the spiritual aspect. We think that it means prayer, which is a beautiful thing, just meditation. But the spiritual aspect of self-development is expansion. And how do you expand yourself? With your spiritual the spiritual aspect of your holistic wellness, you continue to be authentic no matter what. You are authentic despite people's judgments. You are authentic despite how you may feel about something, because I can guarantee you, well, I was popped out the womb authentic. I'm not gonna hold you. I've always been this way. I've been this way my whole life. But I allowed my higher self to speak through me, to talk to me, to give me intuitive messages. So I wasn't scared of being myself. I knew that the people who tried to talk down to me were wrong. I knew that they were either, it has nothing to do with jealousy, but I recant that statement. However, people wish they could be as authentic as you. People wish they could be as free as you. Are we going to really let the 3D matrix, the outside world, people who are miserable, our leaders, our authority figures, our guardians, all people who play Earth's game by the book that needs to be updated, like what Curly Prana said earlier? Are we really going to let them decide how we live our lives? Excuse me, no. We get to choose. We get to decide. We get to decide how we feel about ourselves. We get to decide to decide how we feel about the world. We get to decide how we feel about life. So let's choose now. Let's reroute our self-talk now with some affirmations. So write down your own affirmations. Affirm it all. Say beautiful words to yourself, like, I am amazing despite my challenges. I can do this. Life is a beautiful challenge, or life is a beautiful stage that I get to play on. I get to have fun every day. I allow myself to have joy and experience wellness. I am well despite my past health challenges. I am everything in existence, and my potential is never ending. Anything that raises your energy and allows you to feel like the powerful being that you truly are. I don't need to tell you, I'm simply reminding you. I'm giving you reminders of who you are. You already know deep down, my love. You already know deep down. And when you harness positive self talk, you are snapping yourself back into true alignment. You are not allowing the outside world to determine how you feel about yourself anymore. You get to decide, choose wisely. My authenticity and visibility is like my last dragon. I've held off on using my voice slash gifts and expressing myself fully because of how judgment has been casted onto me strongly. I'm working on it. And I completely understand that, darling. I am right there with you. We're all in this together as the darkly mystic circle. Completely understanding of that, because there was a point in time where I allowed my authentic self to be dimmed out of fear of how I'd be perceived. I allowed it to overcrowd my my thoughts about myself, because once again, a lot of the thoughts about ourselves are not even our own. That person that made fun of our shoes in 5th grade, still feeling that. We're still internalizing it. Our mom said she didn't like our hair, still when we were 3, still internalizing that. A teacher made a joke about us stuttering when we were trying to answer a question in math class in 10th grade in high school, still internalizing that. We still have bad dreams about it. But if we knew that all those situations in our lives were placed there for us to overcome them, for us to be greater than them, and for us to live fully and express ourselves despite them, we wouldn't allow them to swim in our head or live in our head rent free. We are supposed to overcome them. We're supposed to rise above them. Okay, you made fun of my shoes in 5th grade. I have better shoes 30 years later. I have way better shoes 30 years later. And if anything, that's what 5th graders do. They be making fun of stuff. And that's because of their parents. I digress. That's a whole nother topic. But when we are truly secure in ourselves, just like what with my once again, my Forgive Thyself meditation class coming up on 222 this Saturday at 6 p.m. Eastern time. It is free, but donations are always welcome at Madame Mystica Noir on Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. But when we forgive ourselves and we make peace with who we are, make peace with our past, make peace with our mistakes, we are allowing ourselves to enter a different paradigm, enter a portal of a new version of ourselves, of who we want to be. We don't even recognize that 5th grade version. Oh, I don't even remember. Oh, 5th grade shoes. Oh, I don't recall. Hey, Havutu, darling. How are you today? Love you too. And hello to everyone that just joined. Yes, when you forgive yourself, you are allowing yourself to be like, you know what? I may not be perfect. Okay. I may have done this. Okay. I may have this trait, but I'm either going to transmute it all or accept it, or accept myself for who I am. Because this is me. Take it or leave it. I love me. I love me some me. You don't have to approve of it. You don't have to qualify me. You don't have to validate me. But I validate myself. I authenticate myself. I qualify myself. I am all that is in human form. Your comment about my hair, your comment about my skin color, my skin texture, my top, my voice, your comment cannot penetrate me without my permission. Do not consent to people's BS towards you. Do not consent to it. We only get hurt by comments when we believe that they are true. Do you believe that comment is true? Do you believe it's true? Or is your insecurity so loud that you can't even tell the difference between the judgments that have been placed upon you or the things that you're judging yourself on? Make peace with who you are. Shine a light on your darkness and transmute them. Transmute them to self acceptance, transmute them to self and unconditional love, transmute them to inner peace, transmute them to inner joy, transmute them to true authenticity, because that is your task here on this plane. And that's on that. So, once again, begin your positive self talk journey through forgiving yourself. And a great resource is my free Forgive Thyself meditation class coming up on 222. Another one is offering yourself amazing affirmations, not even just like, I am love, I am great, I am happy. No. Have affirmations that you can say with conviction. Have affirmations that you can say that hype you up. Be in the mirror, or even if you're not in front of a mirror. And even if you've done something and you made a mistake, affirm the opposite. Let's say I drink some water and I accidentally, the water I spilled everywhere. I accidentally dropped the water bottle on my skirt, my cute little swing skirt. Instead of being like, dang, oh my God, I'm butterfingers. Why am I always doing that? Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Everyone just saw me dropping water in my skirt. No. How about this? How about this? Oh, you know what? Obviously, my skirt needed some water. I thought I needed to be hydrated. My skirt needed to be hydrated. Child, you know what? It's all good. It's gonna evaporate very soon. I'm fine. The water bottle was a little slippery. Maybe my nails made me trip up. I have long nails. It be like that sometimes. You break the cycle. Break the cycle of that negative inner dialogue. Because once again, you get to decide. Choose wisely. All right, so I am complete. I feel like I have driven this home. I am so grateful for you all joining me today. I also just published my first yoga video in either ever or a while on my YouTube channel. Y'all on YouTube, you already probably saw it. Thank you for your support. But yeah, you can definitely go to my link tree or just my YouTube channel at Madame Mystique Noir. I am Madame Mystique Noir everywhere, by the way. So definitely check out my yoga video. I want to have I have my meditation classes, but I want to also do yoga classes very soon that are going to be very accessible for our community here. And that would be so much fun. So we can cultivate a lifestyle of holistic health and wellness so we can all ascend and expand together. Because why not? Why not? But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I am so grateful for you all. And I'm very excited for our next live. So, yes, much love. And until next time, my lovely darkling. Bye bye. So, I ended on Instagram and now I'm ending it here on YouTube. Bye bye.